Hi, I'm Colton, and welcome to episode 3 of Dear Teen, where we discuss the topic of rejection. It's happened to all of us, but today we kind of pick it apart for you. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Judy. Often in my life, God lets me go through something so that I can really experience it when I'm trying to write about it. Well, right after I spoke last week on Words, or after we spoke last week, I almost called myself ugly because I viewed our tape and saw my hair and it was a mess.
And then we were all fine when I told her we could fix it in post.
Well, yes, he told me not to worry about it, and I changed my negative comment to, so what? A bad hair day is okay. Then, 2 weeks ago, when I was working on tonight's topic, rejection, I immediately got to experience 4 or 5 rejections and feel that sharp pain. So, dear teen, rejection.
Well, we were going to look up the dictionary definition of rejection. But apparently they were really lazy when they wrote the definition, because the definition of a rejection is to be rejected. Thank you, Webster's Bold Print Dictionary, for that riveting explanation of the word rejection. So we checked the thesaurus, and we have a few synonyms. We have to be refused, declined, denied, repelled, renounced, or thrown away.
Oh, even the definitions or the synonyms for that word are painful. Do you sometimes feel the sting of rejection? Or is rejection something that you live with on a daily, perhaps even an hourly basis? That sinking feeling of despair can course through your entire body. It can make you feel like smashing your favorite possession, maybe even somebody's face. Tears well up inside as your damaged ego tries to prevent their seepage through your eyes. Self-hate can rise from a deep hole inside. Shame seems to radiate inside out. Now, these are just a few of the human feelings that can be caused by rejection. There are many causes of rejection, and we can't cover them all, but we wanted to pick a couple tonight to talk about. The first one, a person that you are interested in is not interested in you. Well, all humans are different, so like different things. Let's say you love roses, and you want a rose. A beautiful violet comes your way, but you don't want it because you want that rose. That doesn't make the violet any less beautiful just because someone prefers a rose. Look at all the different car dealerships that we have. Well, some people like Ford, some like Chevy, some like foreign vehicles.
I like rascal mobility scooters myself.
See? Another difference.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Food is...
Mobility scooters, Nan. I'm sorry.
See, that's my language. Food is very varied. We have steak, we have pizza, chicken, pork, Mexican, Italian, Chinese.
I personally am not a big fan of Mexican or fish whatsoever, but it's just a matter of personal preference, just like anything else.
Yes. And colors. Red is my favorite.
I like green. And I just realized we're wearing our colors.
And we did not plan this either. But the other colors, and you have a different color, favorite color too. And all the other colors that are left, they're still beautiful and interesting. And just because one of us three, you, Cole, or I, do not like the other, or don't have those others as favorite colors, doesn't mean that they're any less. Now, girls, here's a touchy subject. You might really feel rejected if your boyfriend stops dating you for another girl. Try to realize he's just still car shopping, or that he plucked the wrong flower. You are no less wonderful. If you feel rejected because someone is not interested in you, remember what the Bible says about that.
Psalm 139:14. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Remember, no one on earth is just like you. You are one of a kind. You are unique and special. Also remember, Jesus was often despised and rejected by some people. Even at the cross where he gave his life for us, his best friends, the apostles, denied knowing him, or left him. Now, a second reason for rejection is often because the person whose acceptance you're seeking isn't able to accept you, and often others. Remember that hurting people hurt others. They haven't been accepted, perhaps, so can't accept others. I've always heard you can't give away what you don't have to give. For instance, if you were not raised or been around a lot of kindness, it's very hard for you to show kindness to others. What about touch? If you have not been touched and loved on, it's very hard. You're probably going to be kind of a standoffish person.
Or if you're just not very touchy. I'm not very touchy myself.
Yeah, that could be too. Remember, we're all different. Patience. It's very hard for me to be patient with somebody if I haven't experienced a lot of patience myself. And compliments. You might have waited 3 years for someone to compliment you. But if they didn't get a lot of compliments or don't know how to receive compliments, then it's not likely that they're going to be dishing them out. And love, maybe I've heard people say that maybe like their mom or their dad, more so even than the mom, never told them that they loved them. They knew they did, but they didn't tell them that. So everybody's different. And fun, I think I'm going to have to take a course in that. It seems like all I've done most of my life is work, so it's very hard for me to know how to just have fun. I laugh a lot, but I don't know how to have fun lots of times.
Story's pretty different for me. I am extremely socially awkward around big groups or just one-on-one. And in any other situation, I know exactly how to have fun. And I should probably stop now before I ramble through the rest of this video.
That's all right. But it's kind of like going to a specialty pizza shop and asking for steak and baked potato, or finding an apple tree and expecting to get an orange.
In which case, see a psychiatrist.
Hey, Cole, what do you think are some of the common rejections that teens face today? What have you just noticed?
Nowadays, it's mostly relationship. Like, if you say you really like somebody and they don't like you back, well, that's a very common form of rejection. Something I've had personal experience with, something everyone has. Mm-hmm. If you haven't yet, you're very, very blessed. And then let's see, you could be rejected by your family for just the most minuscule of things. You could be rejected because you don't agree with everything they do. And that same thing goes for being rejected by society. Say you really don't like football. Well, you're kind of cast out in
an athletic town.
In the athletic department. And I'm not a big football person myself. I enjoy baseball and golf, but that's not exactly the most popular sport in the world. That's about it for what I have.
But again, everybody's different.
Matter of personal preference.
Well, sometimes your friends will reject you, and even family members will reject you. How can this be handled? I have found there is no one way, because what will work for one will not work for another, since we are all unique and different. But the main thing to realize is that you are an important human being, and that you do matter. There are some people in your life who don't realize this. And another, you are unique, one of a kind. No one else is like you. And often the rejection is the rejector's problem instead of a reflection on you. But I have found, and it took me many years to find this, there's only one being who will never reject you and will never leave you, and that's God. Just as you are, He loves and accepts you. Well, we are glad you joined us tonight. We invite you to tune in next week for the topic of...
I believe it was... What was it?
Expectations.
Expectations. What do you expect of yourself as compared to what others expect of you? Thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions whatsoever or want to suggest a topic for us to do, please visit our Doodle, or send us an email at our Doodle account, judyandcole@gmail.com. It'll be in the description, or you could just post in the comments. Probably a lot easier. That's what I would do.
Okay. Good night.
See you guys.